Tuesday, April 9th at approximately 4:19 p.m., a citizen living in the 1600 block of 21st Avenue reported finding what he believed to be human remains in his recycling container. The items in question were inside plastic bags. Patrol officers were immediately dispatched and responded to the scene. The officers externally examined the items, and they too believed that the bags possibly contained human remains. The homicide standby sergeant was called and responded to the scene at approximately 5 p.m. Upon further examination by the homicide sergeant, the items were confirmed to be human. The homicide protocols were then activated, and the homicide unit and the CSI team joined the investigation. The King County Medical Examiner's Office took custody of the remains. That evening at approximately 11 p.m., the homicide unit learned that the Renton Police Department had taken a missing person report at 10:10 hours that morning. The homicide unit obtained a copy of the report from the Renton Police Department. A photograph of the missing person was obtained by the homicide detectives. Based on observations by the investigators, the victim was tentatively identified. In cooperation with the Renton Police Department, a search warrant was served in their jurisdiction. Evidence was recovered during the course of that search warrant, and based on the investigation, a suspect was identified. Early this morning, as a result of this ongoing investigation, an adult male was taken into custody in Snohomish County. The suspect was interviewed by Seattle homicide detectives. The suspect has been booked into the King County Jail for investigation of murder. The suspect has been identified as John Robert Charlton. He is a white male, date of birth 12/28/78, 37 years of age. The homicide unit served an additional search warrant in Snohomish County today. This investigation is ongoing. However, at this time, we do not believe there are any outstanding suspects. The Seattle Police Department is asking for the public's assistance in locating an outstanding vehicle. The vehicle is a 2015 Toyota Highlander, silver in color, Washington registration AUW 3230. So that's AUW 3230. I'd like to extend our sincere condolences to the victim's family. Our victim support team will continue to work with them. Thanks to the Seattle Police homicide detectives who have worked tirelessly over the past 2 days to identify and capture this suspect. Also thanks to Renton Police Chief Kevin Milosevic and his team, and also King County Prosecutor Dan Satterberg and his team. We thought it was important to update the community as soon as possible in this case, and we will continue to do so as evidence becomes available. Again, Chief Murner and I will answer questions, but I know you understand that we're certainly not going to do anything to undermine the course of this ongoing investigation.
Chief, just can you confirm, you mentioned the victim, I believe we're familiar with the case down there, can you confirm the identity of the victim?
Well, the medical examiner must scientifically verify the victim's identity, but we have no reason to believe that there's any question of the victim's identity. We're very confident that the victim is the one that has been identified in the media. But again, I have to defer to the medical examiner until that absolute positive scientific identification has been completed. But we're working closely with the victim's family. All the evidence leads in the direction of that particular victim.
Do you have more information about the date they were on, the timeline, track down some eyewitnesses that saw them at the ball game, for example? Do you know anything about that date?
I'm going to turn this over to Chief Murner only because he's directly responsible for the investigative personnel.
So a number of those leads have been followed already and have been continue to be in rundown, and that's going to be part of the ongoing investigation, doing a complete timeline from when the victim was reported missing up until the discovery of the remains.
Is he suspected in other crimes going on, perhaps finding other women to go on dates with and suspected in anything else?
Again, that'll be part of all of the ongoing investigation as we move forward. We'll look at other crimes, and if any of them seem to be similar in appearance, then we'll continue down that road.